All right, so we have a lot to unpack for the Washington Commanders here. Yesterday, Jayden Daniels' agent just kind of went crazy. Everything he did was very unnecessary. Could it be him just either way? I don't think it's very smart, but could it, be him being oblivious to the fact that people can look at my likes on Twitter, or that's what people thought in the beginning, but then he quote tweeted stuff too. So really it was just him, I guess, trying to send a message. So there were a lot of talks about what the Commanders did with bringing in all the quarterbacks and having them play top golf and having them interact with each other. And there was a lot of people bashing it. There was some people saying it was fine. Bill Belichick said he did it, and some people changed their mind after that. But, Brandon here, shout out Brandon, good Twitter friend, check him out. He put a tweet going over what Mike Florio said. I don't care what Mike Florio said. He's a clown, but he basically said it was an awful thing, like idea by the Commanders. And then Ron Butler, Jayden Daniels' agent, he quote tweets it, not saying anything. He just kind of like with the, thinking emoji, like maybe he has a point. So you see that and you're like, why is he doing that? And then you see him liking this tweet right here from this account with like 50 followers. This guy's one of the most negative guys. I know sometimes he's right, but he says, how many companies do this? Puts them around their peers, bring players from the team along and see how they interact. Who the expletive cares how they interact with players they will never play with? Doesn't make sense to me. He liked that tweet. So he liked that tweet, and that is very clearly giving his opinion on the situation. That's very clearly giving his opinion on the situation. He did later like a tweet where, this Commanders fan or something says, this is JD's agent disagreeing with the take. In my opinion, let's not let Twitter dilute our draft thoughts, please. I think that was kind of some damage control that he was trying to do, but not a good look, regardless, in my opinion, for his agent. And I personally think this is maybe him sending a message to, okay, maybe Jayden Daniels doesn't want to go to Washington, because all along it seemed like when he was asked about Washington, never super, super excited. He wasn't like bashing him or anything, but it seemed like he had some other destinations in mind, specifically, playing with I was about to say Oakland Raiders, playing for the Las Vegas Raiders. That seems like the spot he wants to go to. And for whatever reason, now with Jayden Daniels' agent doing this, it seems like he's pushing maybe for Jayden Daniels not to go to DC, or maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe he knows that Washington isn't drafting Jayden Daniels. Maybe he knows they're drafting Drake May, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make it look like we didn't want to go to Washington, so that when he does get picked at 3 to the Patriots or whatever other team, then it makes me look better because I got my client, I guess, what he wanted to, even though he really didn't. If he just didn't get picked to, that's something that could happen. The odds definitely dropped. So Jayden Daniels is around on an average minus 300 to go number 2. Now he's minus 180, so still favored, but it's quickly changing. And then Drake May was as high as 270, and now is just plus 130 at DraftKings. So just some numbers there for you guys to look at right now. So numbers have definitely changed. And another thing is, obviously, so Tom Pelissero reported Jayden Daniels is scheduled to have dinner tonight with Vikings brass in Baton Rouge. But Minnesota owns the 11th and 23rd pick. Who's given him that information? Tom Pelissero. It's not the Vikings. The Vikings aren't necessarily going to put that out. Maybe they would, but probably not. They don't want to leak what's happening. It's going to be Jayden Daniels' agent. So now he's giving even more information, like, oh, there's another team that could possibly move up. Maybe, because he doesn't want the Commanders to draft him. And what I tweeted out, let me see if I have it pulled up. I'm going to be making a whole video, guys, on Jayden Daniels' advanced stats and Drake May advanced stats. Here's some real quick. But let me go ahead and pull up a tweet right here by me saying, if the Commanders truly like Jayden Daniels over Drake May, this agent stuff isn't going to change much. Does seem like Washington isn't his preferred destination, though. So, I think this kind of changes. It's not going to change what the Commanders do, but it does change maybe my opinion on what's going to happen and maybe the chances that we do draft Jayden Daniels. So the title is, this changes everything. And it changes things in my mind, but obviously the Commanders, they're not, if they really, really like Jayden Daniels, if they think Jayden Daniels is significantly better than Drake May or just better than Drake May, they're not going to be like, you know what, we're not going to take him because we're not his preferred destination or because his, agent was drinking a little bit at night or whatever, trying to send a message. I don't know. I'll be happy. Like I said in the tweet, I don't know why this guy said they're both great QBs, so I don't know why you're doing all this for. I'm happy with either QB. Give me Jayden, give me Drake. JJ McCarthy wouldn't be happy with it, but it's not going to be the end of the world. Either one of those two, though, Jayden Daniels or Drake May, I will be fine with, and I'm going to trust Adam Peters and company to develop them properly, and Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury to develop them properly. But this is a big development because I think it means that, Jayden Daniels maybe doesn't want to go to he doesn't want to go to DC. It's not his preferred destination. And then again, what I said also is that maybe this is not damage control, but make the agent making himself look a little bit better or making it seem like they didn't want to go to Washington all along and that they didn't want to go to Washington at number 2 and they wanted to go to number 3 with the Patriots or maybe the Vikings or the Raiders all along, and that was their plan. And again, it makes the agent look better and maybe makes the Commanders look a little bit worse. I don't know. I really don't know why he's doing this. If we do draft Jayden Daniels, there's going to be the questions from the Drake May truthers like, oh, is this guy loyal? Does he want to be here? We're already going to have agent drama. I'm sure the agent at some point is going to be asked about that. I mean, it would be questionable to not. And Jayden Daniels will probably even get asked about it. And obviously it happened right after the uncomfortable situations or whatever that the Commanders created, which again, I think is not a bad idea, putting all these quarterbacks together, see how they react to being with each other. And hey, maybe that was the point of it, seeing who vibed with it and who didn't, who complained, who didn't. And hey, Jayden Daniels complained. I'm not saying he did, but maybe this means he did. Again, we don't really know. This is his agent, not him. So everything the agent does doesn't, always reflect what the player is saying. But maybe that was a part of the test for the Commanders. Maybe they don't want someone that doesn't like a competition. And I don't think Jayden Daniels is like that. I really don't. I think he does. But they know the true answer. And I think they got out what they wanted to get out of this situation with bringing all the guys together, and it allowed Josh Harris to see all of them together and meet them as well. So people want to hate on it, you can hate on it, but I think it's a fine decision, and this is partly why. So him liking that tweet shows that he didn't like it, and maybe there's a reason why he did not like it. Maybe it did not go well. Who knows, guys? We're overanalyzing. I'm overanalyzing like crazy, trying to look at every different angle. What we do know, and this is what I've been saying for a while, the only thing we do know is that we don't know who's going to be taken at 2 until Roger Goodell hands in that card, or Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport spoil it, which I will have my phone away, not looking at it. That's really the only way. That's the only thing we know, is that we don't know who the pick is going to be at 2. And I've said it for a while, even though I was like maybe 50% chance Jayden, 40% Drake, and like 10 JJ, maybe a little bit higher on Jayden. That was kind of my percentage. Right now, I think it changed a little bit. Like maybe I would go 45 Drake, 45 Jayden, and like 10 JJ. It does change a little bit for sure, but I really have no idea. It could be anyone, so that's what's going to make this exciting. But yeah, next couple days, I'm going to try to do a video on a bunch of advanced stats on Drake May, a bunch of advanced stats on Jayden Daniels. That'll probably be 2 separate videos, but just to see the comparison between the two, to get everything you need to know about those two guys. And then I'll probably make a video about a rumor that the Commanders might be trading back into the first round. So if you stayed until the end, I want you to comment down below Olu Fashanu, OLU, and then space FASHANU. ANU, something like that. Just comment down below, and I know you made it to the end. And, you know, whatever, I'll heart the comment and respond to whatever you guys want after the Olufashanu thing. But appreciate you guys for showing the love if you stay till the end. Peace, guys. Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here, and Jayden Daniels' agent kind of went wild yesterday, and it really could mean a bunch of different things. Could it mean he doesn't want to go to Washington? Could it mean that the Commanders don't want him? We're going to talk about all of it, so stay tuned for the whole video. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. We're trying to get to 13,000 subscribers by the end of the month. It's going to be really tough, but it's free, so please go ahead and do it, and hit that like button and that notification bell as well. It really helps out the algorithm, and comment down below what you think about the situation.